Super Mario Bros. Wonder doesn't need a story, period. It doesn't need a story. It doesn't need a story to be told. You know why? This game is visually impressive. I mean, it tells its story on its own. It's wild, it's trippy, it's wacky. It looks like someone took the best of a psychedelic journey and vomited it onto a Mario game. It looks amazing. But that is the point. The reason why I believe that Super Mario Wonder is not going to have a story, and just the general reason as to why Mario games tend to not have more story to them, is because it is all about the experience. It is all about the player experiencing these wild, wacky, and wonderful worlds from their perspective. It's not about having a deep, interconnected story. That's not what Mario games are about. All they are about is a plumber trying to save a princess from an evil turtle. So why in the world would people want a story, a more fleshed out story from that? But before I get into this, take some time to hit that like button and subscribe. It is free. It is one of the few things in life that's free. And it really helps me out, so I really appreciate it if you guys did that. Anyways, Mario games in general have always had this trippy visual art style that has defined them. It has been the defining factor of all Mario games. But this one takes it to the next level. And honestly, I don't want a story to explain why that is. I just want to experience it. I don't want to have to sit through some boring ass dialogue just to explain to me what I already can see with my own two eyes. I just want to get into the gameplay and I want to experience this wild psychedelic journey for myself. I don't want it to be spoon fed to me through expository dialogue. That is not the point of Mario games. So I do not understand why so many people online are believing that this game might be the one 2D Mario game with a deeper story. I just don't understand that. I don't see how that can be a thing. Mario games have never had a deep story attached to them. Never. Never ever. The whole point of Mario games is about the gameplay. It is not about storytelling. It's not about trying to invest you in deep characters and interesting plot lines. No, it's always been about the experience, the in the moment gameplay. That is the point. That is what Shigeru Miyamoto is doing when he doesn't allow any story in Mario games. Does he take it to the extreme sometimes? Yes. But when it comes to Mario games, I agree with him to the fact that they shouldn't have any deep story because it's all about the experience. It's all about you going on an adventure, you being the one stomping the Goombas and collecting the fire flowers and kicking the Koopa shells and finally saving the princess at the end, or whatever is the goal at the end of Wonder. You know, it's always something different. It's always something new. It's always something refreshing. They're always just trying to focus on gameplay. That was always the bane of the new Super Mario Bros. Series. It was more or less the same game, just with graphical improvements and slight visual changes. After that, it was more or less the same. Like, literally, every single game was, like, the same. So, and ultimately, because of that, the gameplay started to get stale. This looks to buck that trend, and I am excited for that because it's going to be a very interesting, very interesting game. The fact that this game is taking the Mario formula and it is taking it to the next level. It's doing what Breath of the Wild did to the Zelda games. That's what that's what Super Mario Bros. Wonder is doing for the Mario series. It's taking it to the next level. It's not trying to convey a deep story because it doesn't need to. And I honestly don't understand why there's all this obsession with adding a story to Mario games anyway. It's never really made any sense. Yes, we got Super Mario Galaxy, and yes, that game was improved by the fact that it had a more cinematic story and the fact that we got a deeper character exploration with Rosalina's backstory. But ever since then, everyone wants like some kind of deep narrative from a Mario game. And again, I just don't understand this. But what I'm trying to get at is the fact that, like, that was a one off event. It was nice that we had it, but it wasn't necessary, so to speak. Now, that's not to say that they don't need a story, period. They do need some kind of narrative connecting thread, which is why most Mario games have had the most bare bones plot, if you could call it that. But they have some kind of thinly drawn out narrative thread. They usually have a quick, and I mean quick, cutscene to get to the point, to establish the stakes and the motivation, and then immediately get you into gameplay. That is the point. Get you straight into the gameplay, the meat and potatoes of a game. But honestly, guys, I want to hear what you guys have to think. Personally, Mario games, in my opinion, just don't need a story. I don't understand this obsession with making them with deeper stories. It would just make the game a worse experience overall. That's just my opinion. But let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.